Hello, everybody. I'm glad to be here, and thanks for taking the time to come and listen. My name's Karan Bailey. I lead digital innovation and data science at Avery Dennison, a material sciences company. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit about how Avery Dennison is enabling data science for our work using RapidMiner, which is a recent addition to the Altair product family. Avery Dennison, at a quick glance, like I said, we're a material science company. We produce and we're the market leader in the production of pressure-sensitive, self-adhesive labeling technology, which is just a fancy way of saying that we produce huge rolls of sticky material, mostly paper, but also some plastic and rubber-based materials that get turned into all manner of labels that might be on a bottle of water that you bought today, or a bottle of shampoo, even the ties that close diapers for any of you who have or have had children gone through that phase. But not only that, we're also the world's biggest provider of RFID tags, and we provide a whole ecosystem of products that support the entire retail industry. We're in over 200 locations, 36,000 employees, and if this is to be believed, and past performance is no guarantee of future success. We had net sales of 8.4 billion in 2021. Right. This should have been before that statement, but all views expressed here are exclusively my own. So we'll move forward now. Avery Dennison is already quite a data-driven company, and you could, if you look at this slide, you could also say that we've kind of got a problem. We've got, this is not the entirety of the tools that we use on a regular basis, but this is just a snapshot of the tools and products that Avery Dennison already uses today to pull, slice, dice, and make sense of the huge amounts of data that we produce as part of our manufacturing processes. I have to say that most of the analysis is descriptive in nature, trying to understand what's happened and try to make decisions, informed decisions about what we want to do in the future. What our goal is, what my group's goal is at Avery Dennison is to democratize data science, meaning, much as the previous speaker said about, making HPC available to everybody, we want to make data science available to everybody. We want to make it easy for people to do data science, to get those insights that they need to make decisions and move the business forward. So, that graph really sums it up. We're at a descriptive stage in our data sort of analysis and data insight journey. We want to move across the gradient to the the predictive and the prescriptive, right? And we want to do as much as possible to reduce the friction that's involved in doing data science, right? Because if you think about it, it's not just if you think about a typical data scientist, what are they doing? They're spinning up these Python notebooks. They're looking at huge amounts of data, and you can talk to people till you're blue in the face about how complicated or difficult it is. But people just want insights at the end of the day, right? People want to be able to get to where they want to in the shortest time possible with the least amount of effort possible, and that's what we're trying to do with this program. And RapidMiner is a key part of that journey. Also, maybe a little bit about why are we doing this now, and I'm sure this is not news to anyone in industry, that's working on a simple, in a similar space. Obviously, the amount of data that we're generating on a regular basis has grown exponentially, right? So the access to it as well, the ability to store it, the ability to manipulate it, change it, drive benefit from it is something that we've never seen before. We've also got a challenge that we're trying to address. Obviously, the number of data, I said we're 36,000 people, right? So maybe a good 50% of that is our manufacturing department, so people who are operators who run our machines, but then a good 30% is also our engineers. The people that are tasked with optimizing our processes, making sure that our machines are running, making sure that the problems are getting solved. But we've maybe got less than 1% in terms of data scientists. And the process experts are the ones that have all the process knowledge. They're the subject matter experts. They know when something goes wrong, why it goes wrong, and probably how they might fix it. Our data scientists are the technology end. They know how to derive insights or drive value from big amounts of data. But it's easier. So what we found and what we're trying to do is we found that it's easier to train the process expert to do data science rather than try to instill years of experience and subject matter knowledge into a data scientist, right? So, I mean, I'm not saying that the data scientists are useless, far from it, but we find there is better value when we try to get them to talk to each other, speak the same language. And also, we're trying to cash in a little bit on the buzz that's around AI, around machine learning, around data science in general, right? So all the executives you talk to, right, especially I talk to because I do a lot of talking to our executives, trying to convince them to use our processes, use our products, and everybody wants to do data science. I recently had a conversation with our VP of product research. She said, Karan, tell me how can I use data science to build better products? But the thing is, people don't really have an understanding of what it takes. But I mean, I don't really care to be fair, because I want people. I want to be able to cash in on the buzz, cash in on the hype around data science, because I see that as being a true change agent, being true value driving force for any organization. Right. So what are we doing at Avery Dennison? So we've the left side talks about the challenges that we have. So obviously, as an organization, like I said, we're already quite data driven. We do a lot of data analysis for problem solving, for root cause analysis, etc. But there is still quite a lack of that predictive, that prescriptive nature of the work where we want to get to. So we want to address that. And although, like I said, we've only got like less than 1% or about 1% of data scientists within our company, so that's a gap. That's an opportunity, not a gap, really, an opportunity that we want to capitalize on. So what we're doing to address that is we've created the AAA of Avery Dennison, which is the Advanced Analytics Academy, which is a combination of training, learning, and the tools like RapidMiner that allow people to access data science and actually perform those tasks with relatively less friction. And we're using this program to upskill our own people and move forward on that journey in the grid that I had talked about before. So this is a quick slide about kind of the value proposition. The key thing are those three red blocks on the top, right? So by giving our own people the opportunity to upskill themselves, to learn new skills, they feel energized, they feel more enabled. Sorry, I should go back. They feel more engaged and happy about their work. Obviously, focusing on data and using that data to make decisions helps better decision making, which drives success. And we also allow people to experiment. Experiment and risk taking promotes innovation, right? So we want to create a culture and we want to foster that within the organization. Now, a quick segue into what RapidMiner is, and there's Ollie Clark from RapidMiner who's going to be doing a live demo. All success to him later. But RapidMiner is a end-to-end data science platform that allows non-data scientists to perform those tasks that are typically a data scientist would do with using a drag and drop visual workflow interface. And also it provides a platform where you can not only collaborate with other people on your work, but also schedule, monitor, and manage your data science workloads. So it contains RapidMiner Studio, which is the sort of the visual workflow designer that allows you to very quickly, without writing a single piece of code, create and model your data science workflows. And then the AI Hub, which is the place where you can, you schedule your jobs, you manage your projects, and also it provides RapidMiner Go, which is what I call data science with guardrails. So for those people who don't really want to build a process, but they just have a data set that they'd like to do an analysis on, they pop that data set onto Go, and Go will then run something that RapidMiner calls AutoModel, which uses, let's say, the most popular machine learning models and provides them with a way to quickly analyze their data. And then also, if they like the outcome that they see, turn it into a web service or a process that they can integrate into any application. All right. So this is what a workflow would look like in RapidMiner. This is not a live workflow. This was something I pulled off of the RapidMiner website. But again, I mean, you can do your data science with these blocks. So it's reminiscent a little bit of, let's say, the business process modeling tools that one might have, you might have used or you might have seen. So it makes it already, because you're not having to learn how to code, that reduces one barrier to entry for people, and it makes it a little more palatable, a little more accessible. It does still allow those data scientists or those of us who are, let's say, more attuned to or more, let's say, have a feel for writing their own code. We can integrate our own code into it. We can, I talked about AutoModel, so automated machine learning. It's also got a robust set of tools that actually allow you to, that automatically help you process and prepare your data for the modeling. So there's quite a lot of intelligence built into that product. The AI Hub is the server side of things. This is where you schedule your workloads, monitor your workloads. You can create dashboards and web apps. So everything that you build within RapidMiner can be encapsulated into one single place. So for your end user, all they will see is a web screen where they have to click a button to get to the insight that they need. So a lot of the complexity is obfuscated and removed from the user. Okay, so this is very industry specific, but this is an example of a use case that we're trying to actually address with RapidMiner. So what you see there, that diagram is a typical, let's say, typical example of our production process. We've got something we call the face stock on the right, which is the material where, let's say, the label or your name or a product brand information would be printed on. That's typically paper. The liner is what goes underneath. The thing you rip off and throw away when you're sticking a label to something. And then obviously the secret sauce is the silicone and adhesive, the adhesive that allows you to stick to the surface that you're trying to apply the label to, and the silicone that supports the easy release of the liner. So one of the things that happens when we're actually producing this big roll of paper, so that line that you see kind of snaking its way through what we call our coater is, we call it the web, right? And what happens is, as the liner comes into the silicone coating station and then goes into the oven for something we call curing. So literally we're just heating the web so that the silicone dries quickly enough for it to be able to go to the next station. Now, drying anything, as you may have experienced yourself, often has the effect of shrinking the material that you're dealing with. Happened to my favorite sweater. Well, more than a few times as it came out of the dryer. But I mean, so what we're trying to do is, the problem is that if the web shrinks too much before it comes to the adhesive coating station, there's going to be too much adhesive on the web, and it's going to cause the web to break. That is something that we absolutely do not want, because every time the web breaks, we've got to stop the machine, we've got to clean up the mess, we've got to reattach the web and start the process again. So, if it happens more frequently, we lose production, right? So we lose production time. We're maybe running behind schedule, so we want to reduce that as much as possible. So, and the big problem another issue with with this particular situation is that we've got more than 40 or 50 different parameters that we're trying to control at the same time. And the process engineers, they don't like to sit still. They like to keep tweaking because that's their job, right? Their job is to optimize, their job is to improve. So they're always busy changing parameters, changing the temperatures of the ovens, and playing with the speed at which the material is moving across the coater. I think our biggest machines run at 1,500 meters per minute, which is quite fast. And so what we're doing with RapidMiner is, I've conveniently, you see those two blinking arrows, but what we're doing is we've got about 9 seconds in which the web is going to enter at point B, which is the start of the silicon oven, and then point C, where it's going to exit the silicon oven when it dries. So what we're doing there is we're building a machine learning model that will predict the amount of shrinkage at point C. So let's say that it was 2015 mm across when it entered the oven, and we want to predict what it's going to be when it exits the oven, so that we can decide how much adhesive we're going to allow to be available at the downstream coating station. Right. So I mean, obviously, it's not a simple problem. We've got one version of our model running right now that we've been running for about a month, which we're comparing the results of. But RapidMiner allows us to work with our pair a data scientist and a process expert together, allows the data scientist and process expert to actually design that process together, allows the process engineer to also look at the data, the way that they are used to. Our process engineers are quite well versed in data analysis and manipulation, but then also provide that solid input, that relevant input into building this process. All right, so this is our, and back to the advanced analytics program design and where RapidMiner again comes in. We're leveraging RapidMiner Academy, which is RapidMiner's web-based learning platform that provides all the information that one would need in order to get started and really become a RapidMiner expert. It's got certifications that allow you to show your skill and also maybe help you kind of really identify those areas where you might have gaps. We're also working with RapidMiner to train our own people, train those process engineers and experts that we want to become the evangelists for this process, which will then allow us to build this self-organizing sort of promoting community of maintainers, contributors, and community members. That is kind of our future vision for where we want to go. And that was, I think, I've gone through my slides fairly quickly, but there wasn't a lot of content. I don't know if there are any questions at all, and if not, then I'm just going to say thank you. If you'd like to, link up with me,